Hi everyone, and today I want to talk about delusions and why it impacted my life for as long as it did, and how I came to realize that the delusions were in fact delusions and not actually reality as what I thought it was. So it all started when I was about 20 years old, I guess. I started having delusions that music was had secret messages implanted into them for me to decode and figure out what the true message of the music video is. Now that I've recovered from my delusion, I see that's not true. And when I was delusional, I would have never guessed that people would die before I ever was right about the delusion in the first place. So I know this is a little complicated, but my delusions were heavily based on the music industry and how they plant messages for us to consume, which may or may not be there. In my case, they definitely were not there. They once the delusion started for me when I was going through a first breakup with a person that I liked a lot, but it didn't work out that way. And then in 2011, that song "Somebody That I Used to Know" came out, and I thought that song was specifically to guide me in a certain path or direction. That, and then as more and more songs came out on the alternative music part, it really affected my judgment, and it affected the way I carried myself around other people. So a delusion is just a fixed false belief that isn't based in reality. So I really thought that something was going to happen in my life that was going to change my life forever. It did. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but that wasn't what I originally intended or what I believed to be true. So now that I have my sanity back, I'm on antipsychotics. A real lesson I had to learn is that people will die before my delusions ever come true. I'm shocked by the amount of time that's gone by and the amount of time I wasted in a false reality that's not based in reality, and how it changed my perspective. And now I'm a lot more accepting of people with different beliefs than myself. But there was a time when I believe my mind was being broadcast to the public, and I had severe delusions that my thoughts were like thought broadcasting, that the public was listening to my thoughts. And this was when I was in the hospital being diagnosed. While I was experiencing the thought broadcasting delusion, I started to experience what I like to call mental Tourette's. Like, my mind would be constantly thinking of the most absurd things or cussing and swearing like out of control with that. I'm trying to censor my mind while thinking, so I can't think clearly. I One thing I realized is that in order to think clearly, you have to risk being offensive. But the mindset I was in, I thought my mind was being broadcast to the public, so I was trying to suppress the negative thoughts or judgments I may have had, and correct it. But it didn't always lead me in a good place because my guard was down. I was trying to see the best in everyone and not not offend anyone with my own thoughts, even though no one could hear them in the first place, which is kind of funny. Not really funny, but it's kind of sad. And since then, I don't experience that delusion anymore, and I'm grateful that I've had the therapy I had. It's changed my life, and I'm grounded in reality again. And I plan to continue to strive to be a better person for myself and for my family. One thing when I was really ill is I put my family through hell because a lot of the time they just didn't understand what I was thinking at the time, and I thought they were, so it was really not a fun situation to be in. And whenever someone would ask me to repeat myself if they didn't understand what I said, I'd get really frustrated because I thought they were reading my mind. So I'm like, how do you not know what I said? It's kind of it's insanity. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Like, once you develop schizophrenia, any logical sense that you try to explain what you experience won't make sense to the general public. And that's why it's schizophrenia. You're split off from the general public. You're out of sync with the general public, and your mind is split off from reality, which is literally the definition of schizophrenia. So anyway, I just want to make this video while it's fresh on my mind, and I hope you all have a great day, and thank you so much for all the time you've given me to watch this video. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and stay classy.